Every single day, you're making decisions that are shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. And here's the brutal truth: if you don't actively create the life you want, you'll be handed a life you don't want. Let me ask you this: do you really want to wake up at 35, look in the mirror, and realize, I played it safe, and now I'm broke, tired, and behind? Because that's the fate of millions. But today, you're choosing a different path. These 10 daily habits will not just change your life, they'll transform your financial future, your confidence, and your legacy. And the best part? They're simple. But only if you're brave enough to apply them. Let's begin. This habit isn't about becoming a 5 a.m. monk or crushing 300 push-ups before sunrise. It's about taking control of your day, before the world demands it from you. When you wake up early by choice, not by obligation, you gain an edge. You're no longer reacting, you're strategizing. Use that first hour to think, plan, or invest in yourself. That small pocket of silence, that's where wealth is born. And no, scrolling TikTok with your eyes half open doesn't count as strategic planning. Unless your plan is to marry a crypto influencer. You check your phone 96 times a day. But when was the last time you checked your net worth? Money hates being ignored. Take 5 minutes daily to track your spending, check your accounts, and plan your next financial move. Because the difference between the wealthy and the broke isn't income. It's awareness. The wealthy know where every dollar is going. And once you start tracking money daily, you'll start attracting more of it. Every day, choose one hard thing, and do it first. This trains your mind to chase discomfort, not comfort. Because comfort zones don't grow money trees. Want to become someone who closes deals, runs a business, invests smartly? Then start building mental toughness today. Yes, skipping breakfast to avoid doing your taxes doesn't make you a monk. It makes you broke and hungry. Do one hard thing, and watch how everything else feels easier. Now imagine combining that grit with silence. Silence isn't a luxury. It's a weapon. In a world screaming for your attention, the person who can sit in silence wins. Take 30 minutes daily to just think about your goals, your money, your next 5 moves. Some of the greatest financial empires started with a notebook and an uncomfortable amount of honesty. But silence without action is useless. Wealth doesn't come from luck. It comes from direction. Every morning, write down 3 intentional actions that move you closer to financial independence. They could be small. Read 2 pages of a finance book. Transfer $50 to investments. Cancel that $19.99 subscription I forgot about. It's about building momentum. Because what gets written, gets executed. Think this sounds too simple? Well, simplicity is what builds fortunes. Complexity builds excuses. Growth happens on the edge of fear. So every day, learn something that makes your brain sweat. Study something that makes your future self wealthier. Sales. Investing. High-income skills like copywriting or coding. This habit builds confidence, curiosity, and most importantly, cash flow. And once you train your brain for fear, it's time to train your body for discipline. Habit number 7 will hurt. In a good way. Sweat is non-verbal proof that you did something hard. It's a daily reminder that you're capable of change. You don't need a gym membership or a six-pack. You need a promise to yourself that you won't negotiate your health. Why? Because wealthy people don't just protect assets. They protect the asset that generates those assets, their body. Here's the truth nobody likes to hear. You become like the people you tolerate. Start quietly observing. Who talks about ideas? Who talks about people? Who inspires you to grow? You don't need to cut them off. You just need to stop letting them influence your mindset. If your group chat sounds more like a broke comedy club than a think tank, it might be time to hit mute. Every evening, ask yourself, what did I do well? What did I waste time on? What will I improve tomorrow? This isn't journaling. It's a strategic debrief of your life. Because awareness today means wealth tomorrow. And trust me, most people live the same day 365 times and call it a year. But not you. You're building something. Which leads us to the most powerful habit of all. Before bed, take 60 seconds. Picture the life you're building, not just the house or car, but the freedom, the control, the impact. Visualization isn't woo-woo. It's a rehearsal for success. Olympians do it. CEOs do it. And now, so do you. Your brain will fight for what it sees clearly. So give it a future worth bleeding for. Now you have the blueprint. 10 habits. 1 commitment. Your future is already in motion. Every decision you make today is voting for the person you'll become. But here's the catch. Knowing these habits is one thing. Understanding how they compound over time? That's the secret sauce. So if you're serious about long-term wealth, watch this next. The power of compounding. How $5 a day can make you a millionaire. Click the end screen. I'll meet you there.